Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Adafruit Show and Tell. I'm Liz. I'm going to be your host this evening. If you would like to join the stream to show off your projects, maybe you're cooking up something special for Halloween, you can find a link in the live broadcast chat on our Discord server, and you can find that at adafruit.it/Discord. But first, we're going to hear from our own Anne, engineer, see what she's been working on. Hey, Anne.
Hi, Liz. Our colleague Tim, Foamy Guy, recently did a learn guide on porting the Pico 286 emulator, IBM emulator, to the Fruit Jam that Adafruit has. I think it's called Adafruit 286. And I'm a big PC person. You can kind of see over there some IBM PCs. The actual ones, but I like emulation too. So I looked at the software that came with it, and I wasn't overly happy because I used this software for a long time. I won't say how long. Let me show you my setup over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the Fruit Jam with the emulator, keyboard plugged in via USB. And HDMI screen here. So I'm just going to reset the Fruit Jam, and what it's doing is it's doing a self-test and then booting MS-DOS, all from the micro SD card here on the Fruit Jam.
Cool.
The original files, it came with a floppy disk with MS-DOS 5. And a floppy disk with a couple games, and a hard disk with like everything. I mean, let me try to get this up. It was confusing, and the floppy disk didn't match the DOS version of the hard disk, and you couldn't boot off the hard disk. And that's, if you had a hard disk in your IBM, you'd want to boot off the hard disk because it had all the space. So what I did was, it's hard to see, but showing the C drive, I took the hard disk image and I took a lot of software development stuff off of it. I left most of the games, and then I made sure it was bootable, and then tweaked two files called autoexec.bat and config.sys to ensure that you can boot up and use that disk without having to change anything. So,
Very cool.
Yeah. And I also mapped, there's a capability of mapping just some loose files as a network drive, and I made sure that was all set up too. So,
nice.
Let me see. Oops, here. I'm going to just kind of demo going to the H drive, which is those loose files, and running one of my favorite games called Rogue, which I've demoed before.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, ROUGE. Directory. Of course, this is a demo.
Of course.
Of course, I tested it earlier. Okay. Well, it's not going to do that, but
okay. The live gremlins come out.
Yeah, but it works fairly well. I'm going to put this back up. The emulator works fairly well. It's not, I would say, entirely stable and rock steady. I've had some file issues with it and stuff. What I'm doing, all my work in using it and doing the files and stuff, it's all in the Adafruit Learning System Playground Notes. So if you go to learn.adafruit.com and go into Playground Notes, mine should be at the top, and you can see it, and you can get the software that I've been using and try it out yourself. And if anyone wants to swap notes or something, that's my Twitter handle there. And we can see if we can actually use this thing, because the fruit jam is just so flexible, and I love that I can also use it with IBM stuff, which is my hobby. So I've been having fun with it.
That's great. And it's awesome you're able to document it on Playground so folks can check it out.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much, Ann.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good one. All right. Now we're going to hear from Boian. Hey, how are you?
Let me unmute. Hello, everyone. So,
Hi.
yeah, I just wanted to basically share that I am working on the new version of Visuino and show some of the new stuff I have been adding. So I just added this wave share display. It's a 1.69 display. I'm not sure if Adafruit has similar display, but yeah, it's one of the new additions. I'm now working on this ESP32 display, and I mean, basically it's a watch. It's a ESP32 controller with touchscreen display. And
cool.
now I'm almost done adding this device. This is the LilyGo T-Deck, which also has a T keyboard. For now, I have mapped only the T-Deck. They have the T keyboard as a separated device. But again, I mean, I'm doing them one at a time. The interesting thing is that there are actually two ESP32s here. One you can program with the USB. The other one has here connection points where you can connect external FTDI type of adapter. And now I can quickly show how is the progress on the let me make sure I know how to share screen. How is the program on the device? Cool. So I have already some projects I was working on, but here I can select the board as T-Deck.
Okay.
And of course we have hint image and it will appear. And the device has almost everything mapped. The only thing that I haven't mapped yet is the microphones. So it has I2C speaker, which already works, and it has two with the option to solder two more. So you can have up to 4 microphones, which two are soldered. Everything, including trackball, keyboard, the LoRa communication, the micro SD, everything is fully operational. Wow. And everything is mapped. And if you want this example to, let's say, connect the keyboard, and I'm going to use quick search, which is one of the new features. So,
oh, cool. Very cool.
The keyboard, if I want to connect it to the display, 1 second. Right here is my display. I can connect it to the display, and I have a ready project I can compile, upload to the device, and I can start typing, and it will appear on the display.
Wow, that's super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other guests, or you need to fill time? I can talk more, we'll just but I don't want to take time from other people.
No, it's a great demo. We love seeing what folks come by. And actually, we just had someone come in backstage. So excellent timing. And it's great to see your yeah, excellent timing. And it's great to see your progress on this. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good luck to the next one.
Yeah. All right. We're going to hear from Tyeth. Hey,
hi,
how are you?
Hopefully you can hear me all right.
Yeah, sound great.
Okay, wicked. So apologies, I haven't got the camera set up everywhere I should have it, but
no, all good.
I still want to show you a couple of things because I thought it might be light on guests this week. So if you're unaware, WipperSnapper has effectively been adding displays.
Yes.
This is a very simple clock. It's 29 October 2025, 2340. And effectively on the back, you can hopefully just about see that. Yep. I've got an original Huzzah and then 2 7-segment displays and a 14-segment display for the time, and then just a massive battery on the back. And it's a very simple case of a bit of acrylic, the diffusing panel kind of acrylic, nicely cut into that, and then a couple of bolts with some, what would you call it? Not Loctite, but threaded locking nuts. So they effectively stay nicely.
That's clever.
Inside, but still have a little bit of wiggle and movability. The other one I want to briefly show you, I've got a playground note up for, is, hang on, let me just pull out the cable. So we're adding loads of e-ink screens, which are gorgeous, beautiful things. And this is effectively like a weather message for myself, being like, have a nice day, last updated at this time. It also reads the air quality from Open Meteo, gives me that as a good, and then has an appropriate phrase that, you know, the government encouraged you to get outdoors if it's clean air, that kind of rubbish. And the circuitry looks a bit of a mess, but effectively you've got a low power timer on the side, controlling the enable pin for an itsy bitsy, hooked up to an e-ink friend, a breakout for the e-ink screen. So a very simple thing, running on WipperSnapper again, no code on my part, and just a couple of actions that effectively do a few useful things. Now, hopefully I can show you some of that as well. Give me 1 second. Actions.
I just did a lot of work with the e-ink displays, so to see them come into WipperSnapper is really cool.
So cool. We've been waiting a long time, and equally, like a lot of the boards have built-in displays. I bought some of the reverse TFTs, and so adding them is going to make such a big difference. Once we get color and different font sizes in the same message, it'll be super cool. At the moment, it's monospace, so one size font, but it's still very useful.
It's definitely, very cool.
Hopefully you can see my screen.
Yes, we've got that.
Okay, so I have a lot of actions. I apologize. I will try and find the right one as quickly as possible. Is it sunset? Is it the time zone? Clock. There you go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the clock one's very simple, except it's a little bit more complicated because I'm over in the UK. So we do a bit of time zone shifting.
Right.
We effectively grab the string now, and in these liquid templates, that can be passed to this date function, and it immediately represents the time now. Unfortunately, it represents it on the server, which is EST time, Eastern time, and I'm over here in Britain, so it's a bit of a problem.
Right.
So I do a little bit of shifting, and effectively then I cut up the date. So I set it to a variable called local time, and then I cut up the date into small segments, and knowing that they'll overflow a bit, I slice the end off effectively. And then I've done the same for each segment. And then the last segment is just time. So that's okay. Nice and easy. And then at the end, I set it to the 3 segments on my feather, as it happens to be in this case. The other one that's mildly interesting was that weather one. Update the itsy bitsy. Now this looks horrible, but it's fine. You're basically grabbing the outdoor air quality using our air quality block, pick your location when you want it, and and then the metric you're looking at. So I'm generally after particulate matter, 2.5 micron and 10 micron, but equally you can just grab an air quality index, an overall measure effectively. And then we've also got useful things like the label and how that should be colored if it was graphically represented. And there's even a health description of the air quality is good right now, and a recommendation, go outside or close your windows, are the other ones you kind of see. So that's interesting. At the moment, I've just got label and pollutant. And then this lower section, let me just get down a bit. I'm effectively just chunking this into multiple lines. So we've turned off word wrapping for the displays. We'll probably have it back on as a configuration option, but at the moment, it's not wrapping lines. So I've effectively made this bit of liquid template to chunk up my phrase into 23 character lines and then spit it back out. And then later on, I just asked for the rain as well, the rain in the next hour, the chance of rain, and then do this nice template of have a nice day, do an ASCII heart at the end, last updated, etc. And then I put in my variables for rain for the next hour, for the air quality and the pollutant phrase. So that's about that. It looks
That's
complicated,
great.
but it's surprisingly easy to set up once you have a little go. And
Yeah.
That's about it for actions. I did want to show just one last thing that I was really excited for. So if you've not heard of ESP tool, it's the way you access ESP microcontrollers. It's slightly different for Pico, but it's a very similar situation. There's a web-based ESP tool, which is great. It means you can access them through the browser and not have to install anything. But the thing I really love is, so just to show you, you basically pick your board, click connect, and then it would ask you to program the firmware or something. It's also got a serial monitor. And what they've just added is the ability to reconnect. So if hang on, you have to pick a slightly different board for this, because I've got too many in my hands. Let me pick up that one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to say 100 retries, every 100 milliseconds reconnect attempt. So we'll first connect the first time, and then you can see it's CircuitPython, it's saying auto reload, etc. And I'll just pull out the USB now in 3, 2, 1. And I'll plug it back in 3, 2, 1. And it literally has found previously authorized connection.
That's handy.
Now in WipperSnapper,
really cool.
We write a load of messages before we then disconnect the USB and bring it back again with a storage drive attached. So to be able to catch those early messages really quickly and have it reconnect will be so helpful. And it might make the installer better, the CircuitPython editor better. All sorts of things will improve dramatically adding this reconnect project. So
yeah, that's really cool.
It's going to be so good. It really is. And ESP tool is great in general. If you've not used it, it's instead of having to use the command line, you basically get the ability to just pick a file and tell it to program it. And I've added this extra bit where I can read a device as well, so you can effectively download
get the partition
data,
nice,
and steal it all off. So yeah, that's my show and tell for today. Thank you very much.
Very cool. And, of course,
much appreciated.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for coming by, showing those awesome blocks, and yeah, so good. Have a good one. All right, that's going to do it for show and tell. Great shows from everyone. There is supposed to be a show tonight from PT and Lamore. It'll be a little later, not the usual 8 p.m., but stay tuned for that. I'm sure things will come up in the live broadcast chat when that's ready. But until then, hope everyone has a good Halloween if you're celebrating, and have a good one. Bye.